Alright guys, so need to know on Inferno because that's what we're playing. There's quite good on this map because there's not actually a lot you need to know. Have to know smoke the CT and for there graveyard, not graveyard, church, and I'll show you the lineups that I use, but you can throw any lineups you want because some of them are a bit weird for me. So here I'll come up to the intercom here. And then I do it a bit weird. I actually line up my smoke with, how do I do it, with this point here. I line up like, you see where my smoke kind of tucks into there? But it's pretty loose, this one. It's kind of like in line with this and then line with somewhere under here. So just play around with it and find where it lands for you, but that's how I throw it. And you want it to land kind of in line with this area here. So it's easier to spot the guy boosted up. That's actually landed a little bit different there, but that's still fine. Here for the coffins one, come up to this stack here, and thank you MK. Line up with this upright on the fence, and then at the height of this one, so to there, more or less. And that's going to stop the guy peeking there and cover pretty much all of that. Flashes for B that you should throw. Throwing over like this isn't really that great because if your guys are already peeking, it can hit them. So that's fine if we're already like kind of at this point and pushing in, but if we're already pushing in for over CT, anywhere over CT like that, it's gonna hit guys there. If you come from further back as well, it's just the same. It's gonna hit the site and it's gonna be behind us when we're pushing. So that's how you should do that. Extra stuff on B. So this is stuff you don't need to know, but it's nice to have. And anything extra you learn is always good. It's gonna come in handy. So the mollies, it's one here. This is to molly the new box. You just come onto this bit where it pokes out here and jump through. And that's gonna get spread behind new box. Hasn't this time. It sometimes spreads, sometimes doesn't. But again, it'll probably do it. Yeah. That'll force someone out there. Come into here. And oh, I've got to remember this now. I think you aim on this like kink here. So to the right of here on this kink, like bit where it angles on the tiles. Yeah. And that's going to spread on both first and second orange. And then the molly for dark is you come up into here. And I think you aim on this and you just throw normally. Yep. And that's pretty much all you need here. Anything else that you find or learn is pretty cool. Oh, you need to know a banana flash. Just a pop flash here, so you just come into this kind of area and crouch and aim at this kind of part of the ceiling there, the balcony. And that's going to land just there and your teammate can push with that. If you're not sure as well, you can always kind of like flash over like the left side here and the player could swing with it. But that's all you need really for B. On CT side, the lamp smoke that I showed is a good one. Outside of that, there's a pop flash you can throw here, can't the wall. And aim just to the right of the balcony. It's a right and left click. And that's a really good pop flash if someone wants to peek. But that's just, you know, crazy stuff like oh, and this flash. I don't know how people throw it exactly, but I just come up to around here and like aim on that. And that doesn't work. So I guess you probably come flash over like that. To flash for your teammate on banana, something like that. Okay. That's pretty much it on B. For A side, there's 3 smokes that you definitely need to know, which is the long smoke, the short smoke, there, and this smoke, the whatever you call it, smoke. So these are ones where you might want to learn a different lineup for the short one in particular, because my ones are weird. Welcome up to this broom. This is a more or less one, so you can do it really quickly, just kind of more or less on the broom, and then you aim in the middle of this gap here on this higher up line, and that's going to bounce like that and drop in there. Lovely. Short one, I line up this edge of this wall with this kind of right side here on the door, and I come more or less in this area, and then I aim on the left side of the door where it's got a line here and just walk in throw. The chicken gets in the way, but that lands perfect, but that's one that you might want to learn different to how I do it. And then for the other smoke there, you just come into the wall around about here on the corner, like in this kind of area, aim on this gap in this weird balcony bit, normal throw. Okay, flashes, if we're pushing short, flash over the pit. Flash over the pit, it's not going to hit our teammates once again, and it's going to hit people in sight and a pit player. You can pop flash mid as well if you come to like the corners and aim high. So I aim up onto this and I do a right and left click, and that's going to land nicely there. And you can do the same here, kind of go onto the corner and aim like up there or something. They're not perfect, but they're pretty good. You need as well to know how to flash here. It's very easy. Flashing over pit here, guide here, crouch, aim on that chimney. That lands there. Very good flash. You can smoke that area on the fly as well. Kind of aim more or less on the wall there and do a little step forward when you throw. And that's gonna. It's not perfect every time. It depends how you throw it, but on the fly you can always throw that, so you don't have to walk out into the open. Also smoke that from here. This is a cool smoke, but wouldn't recommend it. So you come into pit, do it. Very rare situation where you need it, and you aim kind of in line with this level on this chimney stack, and then in the middle of this plant. And jump throw. And that's going to land there nicely. And what else? There's this molly here. This is just stuff you don't need to learn. It's extra stuff that's cool. Come into this. Aim on this part of this like weird stain on the wall where the paints will come off. And jump throw. That's a really good molly that spreads onto this as well. You can like combine that with nades and flashes as well if you wanted to, but yeah, that's pretty much everything you need. A lot of that stuff you don't need. Any extra flashes or smokes or nades that you guys want to learn is just like always going to help. But yeah, the important parts to know are smoke here, pop flash this, obviously flash over here when we're pushing. These mollies are useful, and then yeah, smoke long, smoke short, smoke here, and flash over pit, not over sight. Because if you flash over sight, it's going to land behind players, not hit them. And the pit player is never going to be looking that way anyway, so yeah, that's it, boys.